Here's a similar chart for his group. I'll give you a little crib sheet help here. It was back right about here, right before 2004, when my organization started re-educating the press about who he was and what his organization was about. Told them that they got their startup money from PETA. Told them that 2/3 of their $10 million budget comes from a single, very wealthy vegan socialite in South Florida. Ex-wife of the owner of the Houston Rockets, if you have to know. But we started at doing that kind of campaigning, and the numbers flipped. As of today, there are more times they're mentioned in the public. This is a vegan advocacy group. This is an animal rights group. It's very seldom now, comparatively to what used to be 7 years ago, that people will say a doctor's group says. The reporters are no longer writing a nutrition lobby tells us that. It's an animal rights group says, and that didn't happen by itself. We have a website about them, physicianscam.com. We actually rolled a mobile billboard truck in front of their 20th anniversary gala. Red carpet, you know, all the vegan celebrities are there. James Cromwell, Alicia Silverstone, Daryl Hannah, Alec Baldwin. Half of the paparazzi photographs have our message in the back. Didn't cost much, but somebody had to say it. We actually ran an ad in the Washington Post that week. Congratulations, Physicians Committee, for 20 years of animal rights propaganda disguised as sound medical advice. They don't like us very much. But I don't care. Somebody has to tell the truth about who they are and make them defend themselves. So here's the latest project of truth telling. It's a website called humanewatch.org, and my team and I produce this every day. We're telling the truth. Nobody wanted to report when the Ringling Circus Company filed a federal RICO lawsuit against the Humane Society and their lawyers a few weeks ago. This is a huge deal. It could literally bankrupt the animal rights group. It's RICO. It's bribery. It's witness tampering. It's fraud. The allegation, it's already been pretty well proven in court by a judge's ruling, is that HSUS and the Fund for Animals, which is now part of HSUS, and their lawyers and a couple of other animal rights groups conspired to pay off a witness in federal court almost $200,000 to produce false testimony against the Ringling Circus. That's basically what mob lawyers do. They pay off witnesses, they intimidate people. It's a RICO case, and it's going to be interesting to watch, but we're reporting this stuff because nobody else is. In the 3 weeks that Humane Watch has been up, it's got 8,500 fans on Facebook, and we haven't bought a single Facebook ad. This thing has really spread virally, and I encourage you to visit the website, participate in the discussion, tell all your friends and neighbors about it. We did run one ad in the New York Times a couple weeks ago. We should expect better from the Humane Society, and that little dark paw in the corner represents the $1 of every $200 donated to HSUS that goes to a hands-on pet shelter. Oh, they don't like us either. But that's okay, because they haven't disputed this. All they can do is call me names, and you know what? Sticks and stones. Comes with the territory. Welcome to Washington. These are some ads we're going to run pretty soon. I like these. Surprised to hear HSUS's money doesn't go mostly to pet shelters? You know, so were we. These ads are available for framing, by the way. We'll print posters for you. If you want to run them in your newsletters, we'll give you the mechanicals and we'll give you the PDFs. And what are we going to do with this? We're going to put it in a bus shelter around the corner from HSUS's headquarters in Washington. And we're going to tell the Metro Transit Company to print 100 extra because they're going to be vandalized almost every day. And you know what? That in itself will drive news coverage, which is great. At the end of the day, what we're doing is we're using PETA's playbook against them. We're using HSUS's playbook and saying, you know what? Yeah, we can be a little bit outrageous. We can attract people's attention. The only difference is we're telling the truth. You have to ask yourself what you do with this ad. This is something they ran in 8 cities last week where there were biomedical research labs. They're basically looking for whistleblowers. Now, the USDA already has a program set up where you have to protect whistleblowers in medical labs. There's a hotline you can call if you witness animal abuse in a research lab. The USDA does a great job monitoring and policing this stuff. But the Humane Society of the US presumed to say, you should call us. We were looking for lawsuit plaintiffs. If you see someone abusing a chimp, it's okay to tell someone because she can't. Well, you know, we said, okay, let's have some fun with this. Again, you gotta be funny, you gotta be irreverent to get people's attention. So we said, look, it's okay to tell someone because he won't. If you see someone if you work at HSUS and you see someone diverting money meant for pet shelters into the executive pension coffers, call us. Now, would you be stupid to report embezzlement to a nonprofit watchdog? Absolutely, you should report it to the police. But you'd also be stupid to report animal abuse to HSUS because they're gonna take it out of context, they're gonna blow things out of proportion, and that's what the USDA is for. We've had some success with this. If you go to the webpage today where Humane Society, for years, for like 6 years, they've had the same webpage where they boast about all their corporate partners. Here's what it looks like today. Oops, it's gone. They yanked it. They don't want their corporate supporters to be approached by people saying, why are you supporting them? And this didn't happen by itself. In the last month, 4 big companies have pulled out of their association with the Humane Society of the US. Yellowtail Wine, I'm sure you've heard about. People, YouTube videos, Troy Hadrick from the Dakotas, fantastic. A rancher, YouTube viral video pouring the bottle of wine out on the prairie. Brilliant. And after we launched our website, all we did was we put the list up. Here are HSUS's supporters. What do you think? We didn't tell them to pester anybody. We didn't give them their phone numbers. We just put links to the internet websites and says, what do you think? Within a week, Pilot Travel Services, the truck stop company, said, we're out. We don't want any of this. Precious Cat Kitty Litter is out. Mary Kay Cosmetics pulled out. Now, I bet you didn't even know Mary Kay Cosmetics supported HSUS. Well, they're having a Dallas fundraiser in a few weeks. And on Monday of this week, this is what the webpage looked like. Here are the corporate sponsors. They got a restaurant, they got a car dealership, Wolfgang Puck is there, I'm not quite sure what that's about, but here you got Mary Kay Cosmetics. We put it up on the website. We said, here's a little one for the ladies out there. And we just said, what do you think? We didn't say attack them. We didn't organize a boycott or a protest. I said, look, I have to believe that it's not too late for that fine cosmetics company to walk this back. What do you think? This was Monday. By 4 hours later, the Facebook page was getting posts from people saying, I just called Mary Kay. I just called my local rep. I'm a Mary Kay rep. I didn't know this. They're saying, we didn't know our logo was on this page. We didn't give permission for it. They're using this without our permission. It was just one of the founders of the company's wives who wrote a personal check and they thought they could use the logo. We're going to fix this. Tuesday, I was on a flight out here, and this is what happened. The Mary Kay logo disappeared from the webpage. It's gone. Just by telling the truth about what this organization does, you can get people to reassess their position. Now, if this seems like an awful lot of work, I want to leave you with this thought. It is an awful lot of work. And nobody should expect you guys to do this kind of work by yourselves. I mean, you should help us spread this kind of stuff. It's great. I understand Mr. Marsh even put some fundraising slips on the table. If you want to support us, that's wonderful too. But what you should do is keep doing what you do well and be proud of it. Because you have a choice. You either believe in what you do or you don't believe in it. And that leads me to think you can either defend what you do or you don't defend it. There's no middle ground. There just isn't. That's what I'm about. I want to keep these guys honest, and I hope you'll help us keep them honest. Share your stories with us. Email me at my Consumer Freedom address or at info@humanewatch.org. Tell me if you have contact with the Humane Society of the United States. Tell me if they show up at your farm and make a demand of you. Tell me if they send you a nasty letter. I want people to see what they're up to, because sunshine is truly the best disinfectant, and it's no longer enough just to tell the truth about you. We have to start telling the truth about them. Thank you for having me today, and I hope this has been interesting.